Detective Johnny is back for another edition of Influencers Getting Exposed for Living Fake Lives. Welcome to part 5, folks. This has been quite the roller coaster so far, but we're not done just yet. I saw your comments about some other influencers that you wanted to be called out, and so today on the show we're going to be doing just that. But first, if you could do us a big favor and please tap that like button, we'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's begin. Coming number 10, Mariah Malone. So I had never actually heard of Mariah before, but I did see some people mentioning her name in the comments on our last video, so I thought I would take a look into it. For those of you who don't know, Mariah is a cosplayer who goes by the stage name of Momo-kun. Primarily, you folks pointed out that she had been stealing a lot of her cosplay ideas and designs from other creators. At one point, she mentioned that she was doing a Red Riding Hood photo shoot to raise money for charity. In her post, she said that the dress that she was wearing was inspired by an international designer named Myopa, but that it was made by another company. Unfortunately for Mariah, she was called out for this, with her critics saying, "Give credit where it's due. You were not inspired, you stole this design to get it remade for a fraction of the price. Disgusting." On top of that, she was also accused of SA by many people that had actually met her during anime expos and events, which then led to her being cast out from her community. Coming number 9, Creepshow Art. If you remember, we covered a full video on what had gone down with Creepshow Art and that community on YouTube that she was involved with. Shannon started her channel back in 2016 and garnered over 300,000 subscribers for talking about pop culture while creating art on her iPad. She genuinely seemed to be standing up for what was right and calling out internet bullies. That is, until she was exposed for doing pretty much the exact same thing that she was fighting against. A moderator from a gossip site came forward with accusations that Creepshow had broken their terms of service, alleging that she made a series of disturbing posts that included racist, transphobic, and ableist language. However, Shannon starkly denied this and said that it was just not true. The unfortunate thing for Shannon, though, is that despite the blog being anonymous, the moderators could actually reveal the accounts behind the post if they felt that they were being deceived. And so when they did that, it was just revealed to be Shannon the entire time. And we're talking about posts that went back for many years. I believe over 200 posts. Coming to break, Katie Sorensen. An influencer mom named Katie Sorensen claimed that her children had been the victims of an attempted kidnapping. That video went viral almost immediately, but after police investigated the incident, things did not exactly turn out the way that Katie thought they would. Not too long after Katie had posted the videos online, the police actually commented on the situation in a press release and said that Sorensen had provided a different account of the event that included significant information that was not shared with the police department before her videos were posted to social media. After the police released a CCTV footage of the couple in question, they actually came forward to identify themselves and fully cooperate with the police. They genuinely could not believe what they were being accused of. Once the police had determined that no crime had actually taken place, the accused couple then turned the tables on Sorensen and asked for her to be prosecuted instead. Talk about getting exposed. Coming number 7, Dua Lipa. First things first, let's start with this tweet from Dua Lipa where she says, "Did you guys forget that we've been in the middle of a pandemic for the past 3 months?" Which definitely did not age well, considering the fact that after she posted this, she posted multiple photos on her Instagram of her traveling during the pandemic. One person even commented, "Dua Lipa has been on more vacations during this pandemic than I've been on my whole life. She's been spotted in tropical spots with friends, in New York, in London, and it seems like she's somewhere new every month." People flooded her comment sections with memes and calling her out for not socially distancing or even listening to what the CDC was saying. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, travel can increase your chance of spreading and getting COVID-19. Postponing travel and staying home is the best way to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. I realize that this standard has moved now that vaccines are available, but this wasn't the case back when Dua Lipa was just freely traveling around during an active pandemic with no available vaccines. Coming number 6, Hilaria Baldwin. Alec Baldwin's wife Hilaria was recently exposed for faking her background. Journalist Tracy Morrissey was the first to call into question Hilaria's claims of having a Spanish heritage. In a series of posts, she compares two clips where in one she appears to be using a heavy, exaggerated Spanish accent, and in the other she has no noticeable accent whatsoever. Tracy then dove in a little bit deeper and discovered that both of her parents have American ancestry, and on top of that, several people on Twitter who claimed to have been friends with her in Boston as a child added more to the exposing of Hilaria Baldwin. Hilaria then backtracked and said that she was born in Boston, but spent some of her childhood in Spain, adding that her family would go back and forth her entire life. Another thing that she had to address though was her name. Some claim that she was born Hillary but changed it to sound more Spanish, and in response she said, "When I was growing up in this country I would use the name Hillary, and in Spain I would use the name Hilaria. My whole family called me Hilaria. It always bothered me that neither name sounded good in the other language." What a weird excuse. Coming number 5, Dan Bilzerian. Legend has it that Instagram star Dan Bilzerian turned $750 into nearly 200 grand after one lucky trip to Las Vegas. From there he focused solely on his poker face and began racking in the cash to flaunt to his more than 30 million followers. In 2009, at the age of 29, Dan started playing poker professionally. He finished in 180th place at the 2009 World Series of Poker main event. Not exactly the star player that he claims to be today. Dan claims to have built his wealth through poker, but when you look at his winnings, it's nowhere near enough to be living the kind of high life that he seems to be enjoying. At that event in 2009, I believe the record said he walked away with 36 grand, which, don't get me wrong, that's a lot of money, but it's not gonna buy you a private jet. I have a strong feeling that much like his father, Dan has found a way to skew his income in order to receive massive loans from the bank under the guise that he is this venture capitalist. In reality, he's probably just siphoning that money back into his own business and of course into the budget for his Instagram page. Coming number 4, Trisha Paytas. Right around the time that frenemies broke up, Trisha Paytas was promoting her new skincare line and raving about how well it works. That is until popular British YouTuber James Welsh reviewed her skincare line and gave it an honest review. The line was done in collaboration with Charlotte Wilson, who claimed that her gift of skin comes from God. Welsh claimed that Wilson is not a chemist and wondered who was actually formulating these products. When he tried the sunscreen product, for example, he said that just something didn't feel right about it, and then he used an app to kind of show whether or not UV light was being blocked by the sunscreen, and you could see that the product clearly did not contain any sunscreen despite being advertised as such. He concluded that he planned to throw out the entire collection because it just wasn't safe. Trisha also faced criticism that her products had arrived broken, with one woman on TikTok saying that she even received burns after using her products. Coming number 3, the self-proclaimed guru. This self-proclaimed influencer guru thought that bragging about how much money he makes would in turn mean that services should be free. The influencer getting exposed here reaches out to this web developer asking for some help to give their marketing agency a fresh new look. Although when they respond saying that it's going to be $50 an hour, this marketing agency guru gets mad triggered. This is where they attempt to actually get services for free by asking, "I was thinking you can make this for us and we can give you a shout out on our Instagram, letting everyone know how great of a job you did. There's a lot of businesses following us. That'll get you a lot of work." The response is too good as well. I just love that they come back with nothing except for, "Is that a joke?" Adding that they can't be serious if they claim to be owning a marketing agency but then can't pay someone for their work. Then they go on further to expose the influencer, adding, "You literally just posted about how much money you make. Do your clients pay you an exposure too?" Coming number 2, Alexis Ren and Jay Alvarez. It seems like being an Instagram couple isn't as glamorous as they would like us to believe. When everyone's favorite couple Alexis Ren and Jay Alvarez broke up, it was beyond messy. It was the definition of messy. Starting with a series of subtweets clearly talking about her ex, Alexis went on about how much better off she is without him before finishing her rant with a final nail in the coffin to his ego. Her shaming his manhood size really showed her true colors and allowed people to peer in the window to watch this breakup unfold. After dating for a few years, the couple had garnered 10 million followers combined. Although as fans noticed these sappy lovey-dovey posts being deleted randomly from their pages, it became clear that a breakup was inevitable. Last but certainly not least, on our number 1 spot, Sahar Tabar. Sahar Tabar initially shocked the world with her attempts at looking like actor Angelina Jolie. Before her account was deleted, she had garnered around 486,000 followers by regularly posting photos of her haunting new look. Many people believe that Sahar had gone through some drastic cosmetic surgeries to achieve this look. However, she has now made it very public that this look was actually achieved through makeup and Photoshop. According to Mail Online, Sahar posted a picture of her former appearance for the first time. She admitted to having some surgery to her face, including a nose job, lip fillers, and liposuction, but she also was quoted as saying, "This is Photoshop and makeup. Every time I publish a photo, I paint my face in an increasingly funny way. It is a way of expressing yourself, a kind of art. My fans know that this is not my real face." Well, at least your fans know, because a lot of people do not know that. But guys, that has been the top 10 influencers exposed for living fake lies part 5, and before we get out of here, I'm going to check out some of your comments from the video titled "Kanye West Leaks Drake's Address." Premier Vartier says, "All this tells me is that do not befriend Kanye because he will stab you in the back. No thank you, I'm good." Yeah, I'd probably avoid being friends with Kanye for a bit. I think he's all friended up, really. Robbie S says, "Drake really need to get a new address right now, like ASAP. That or more security." I'm sure he has multiple addresses. Hercules says, "Oh my god, these are grown men with children." I know, they're still acting like babies themselves. I'm Just Wendy says, "I just want to know the moment when adults decided it was okay to act like immature little children because I missed that memo." Me too, Wendy, me too. Amanda Marshall says, "Kanye is really acting childish, shame on him." Yeah, that was a bit of a stretch. I don't know why he did that, that's all I can say. It's certainly not gonna help promote his album if that's what he was trying to do. But guys, that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube, or at least try.